here for SlurpVision, as part of the winemaker series of Australian winemakers. I'm here with Andre Bondar of Mitolo, and thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Will you tell us a little bit about the Mitolo wines?
Sure. So Mitolo was a brand started by Frank Mitolo. About 15 years ago, he was playing around making some of his own wine, and he had a chance meeting with Ben later. Ben actually decided to help Frank make that wine. It's a really successful brand. Essentially, it's a McLaren Vale brand. So we have one vineyard in particular, which is situated in Wollonga, which is the southern end of McLaren Vale. McLaren Vale being about half an hour south of Adelaide.
And what kind of climate do you get there?
Generally speaking, it's Mediterranean, so it sits right next to the ocean. What that does is, because it's quite warm, but because it sits right next to the ocean, you get nice, cool afternoon sea breezes, and it really tempers the temperature.
What about kind of the grape varieties that you're working with? Which are the predominant ones?
Very much Shiraz.
Yeah.
We do a lot of work with Cabernet as well. But then we use some alternative varieties, particularly Italian ones, Mitolo and Sangiovese.
Is that a bit of a trend that you notice in the region? I think kind of experimenting with other grape varieties.
Yep, absolutely. I think particularly in McLaren Vale, but Australia generally, are playing around with a lot of alternative varieties.
Which countries are you looking at?
Lots of Italian. So
Sangiovese,
Nebbiolo, Barbera, you name it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So the new Italy is in Australia.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, our industry is based on French varieties, I think, traditionally. But it makes sense climatically. We're more like those Mediterranean countries, in fact, so it should work.
And you're looking at Spain as well, aren't you? The Tempranillo?
Yeah, Tempranillo in Australia is certainly taking off. I think it's quite similar to Shiraz in its juiciness, but it's a bit lighter, so people love it.
If you could give us kind of a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that'd be okay?
Yeah.
Organic wine.
I'm like that.
Okay.
Look, I think essentially a lot of Australians and a lot of people in the world grow grapes more or less organically. To use it as a marketing tool, I'm not such a fan.
Biodynamics.
Again, probably again like that. I think I'd like to call it low input viticulture. A lot of us practice that anyway. I can see people using it as a marketing tool as well, which again I don't like. Yep.
And then if I say natural wines,
I'm going to go like that.
Okay.
Because again, I think that as winemakers we practice these things anyway.
Right. Making a song and dance about it is kind of.
Yeah, I think so. But also with a natural wine, you never know what you're going to get.
Robert Parker.
Like that. Look, he played a big role in our brand, I think, and its success. And I think there's, definitely for someone, a trusted critic, that's a really important part of our industry. For generally people to find new wines and discover what's good.
Someone trusted to look at.
That's right. Yeah.
Screw caps.
Very much thumbs up. Cork, I love the romance, but I hate the inconsistency and just the not knowing. I think about my cellar, and if I've got a wine that's 20 years old, and the risk that it's off.
It's heartbreaking.
Exactly.
It's not romantic anymore.
No, exactly.
How do you feel about aging them under screw cap? I mean, do you think it's actually proven that it does age as well under screw cap as cork?
I think it certainly ages, and that's, there's oxygen in wine, and that's what does the aging. The cork increases that, so it'll age quicker under cork, but it'll still age under screw cap.
Andre, thank you so much for being here. The wines were really interesting to taste, and I love the little stories behind them, and really love the styles. Everything is quite different. Cheers.
Cheers.
Click on the bottle of your choice for a tasting review with the winemaker.